Hi, I'm Noelle with Certix, and we're at Certix Tasting Table, and joining me again today is Drew Fuller, my co-worker and fellow wine consultant. And today we're going to talk about a couple of things, and most of them sort of surround the fact that there's a big misnomer in the wine world that pink wine is sweet and that screw tops are bad. So we're going to go into that a little bit because you've brought two really nice rosés that are coming from, I believe, one's Spanish and one is French.
Correct.
And I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about why we should be drinking these during the nice warm months for as long as we have them here in Minnesota.
That's right, for the next 2 months. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun. I think it's certainly the last few years, actually more than that. It's been 5, 6, 7 years that rosé has kind of pushed the boundaries of what people thought as kind of just sweet wine that people didn't give any serious consideration to, and that was just not considered a serious wine. And now we're getting into all sorts of dry, complex rosés that are wonderful to drink, and summer months included. And the next one that we'll do transcends even the summer month.
Okay.
Here from the Rioja region in Spain, we have the Cáceres rosé. It's Tempranillo grape, and it is always a fun region, and we have tons of wines from that area, both red, white, and rosé, that are just exploding in popularity. Tempranillo has nice spice to it. It is, in this case, you get just the youthful expression of the grape. You know, it doesn't have much contact with the skins, which is why you're getting these more structure than a white wine, but less than a full-on red.
So it's kind of a happy medium wine for someone. Let's say you have two people who are going to share a bottle of wine. One person's a white wine fan, one person's a red wine fan. Yep. Rosés are kind of the perfect medium. Perfect. Okay.
And more people, there are less and less people, I should say, who would raise their eyebrows when they see a rosé, because they realize it's the hot thing in the wine world, and they're just perfect summer sippers, whether it be on their own or with things like you could do chicken dishes, you could do even light grilled meals.
So it is. It's truly dry, very refreshing, and I think what I like about it is there's sort of a strawberry note to it.
Yeah.
That isn't sweet, but it's definitely that fresh kind of wild strawberry flavor.
There is, and so you have the fruit, but you also have a little more structure than you would on a correspondingly like light white.
Absolutely.
You know, and so it will stand up to a broader range of food.
Okay. So I'm going to have you dump that one out for me. Thank you.
The other thing too to keep in mind, that touch on the screw caps. You know, clearly from a freshness perspective and from a winemaker's perspective, they would much rather have a wine or us to experience wine as they intended it to be, as opposed to with a cork. There's that chance, 3, 5, 6% chance that you can get cork taint.
Well, and I would also, from what I've been reading about screw tops, is that wines actually age very well in them too. So it's not just the whites and the rosés that you're going to be drinking in a very young manner. Red wines as well that are in the, don't be afraid of the red wines with the screw tops, because they're certainly ageable with a kind of an ideal sort of cap on them, because that controls the air intake. Is that right?
Without a doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, no, there have been some long-term studies that have proven that, and that wines taste more fresh and more as the winemaker would want you to enjoy it.
Okay, so now we're moving into a French wine, and definitely even just from smelling, I think most people would make the assumption that all rosés taste the same. This is certainly not the case. They don't even smell alike, these two.
No, that's what's fun. This is a very complex wine. Tavel is, and it's right in the southern Rhone, just north of Avignon, and you have both the Mediterranean climate influence with the warm, sunny weather, as well as strong winds. So you get a great temperature differentiation day to night, very bright, but it also leads to very concentrated fruit. You have rocky, in the Rhone you get incredibly rocky soils, big pebbles, almost rocks really, and vines have to struggle to survive, so you get intensely concentrated fruit. And this is one of the few rosés that you can actually age. 2 to 3 years is not uncommon, and this is why I alluded to, this wine is not just a summer sipper, but you can complement it beautifully on like Thanksgiving. We have a huge following with Tavel rosés. They're incredibly versatile with a wider range of food.
Well, and I think if this wasn't chilled, and if I had my eyes closed, I almost would think it was a light-bodied red. There's just enough weight to it. And it doesn't have that sort of bright watermelon strawberry flavor that the Rioja Rosé did, there's certainly something more here to this than a typical easy drinking pink wine.
There is, yeah. It's deep and concentrated, and just is perfect for surprising those maybe who are used to rosés but aren't used to necessarily a more complex, full-bodied.
And Tavel is a region that only makes rosés, correct?
Correct.
Interesting. Okay, well there you have it. If you haven't tried pink wine yet, you certainly should. There is a whole world of them here at Certix to try, most of them in the dry fashion. Certainly do carry a few sweet ones for those of you that like that style as well. Thanks for joining us.